morning, everybody. Here is a August garden walkabout. We're going to do the whole yard. I'll feature what's blooming well. We've got some perennial ageratum starting to go, and we are at the back of the flag garden. And look at all the beautiful hydrangeas. They are looking fantastic. These are the strawberry cream hydrangeas. I did a pruning technique that I learned on the internet from Laura at Garden Answer and Erin at the Impatient Gardener, and holy cow, did it work! The blooms are bigger than ever. These babies are looking fantastic. And excuse all the weeds. Yeah, we need to get out here and weed, but it's been a heat wave lately. I'm doing this before we get absolutely inundated. It's going to be 90 plus today. It's already 80 out here and it's like 7:30 in the morning. Okay, we got some gorgeous big gold globe arborvitaes here. And here, check this out. This is a variegated viburnum. I can't remember the name, lemon something. But look at the gorgeous berries that it's making. Isn't that beautiful? They are so pretty. It's not making a lot of them, but it's got a few here and there. See, and look what they do. And they turn red, red, red. Beautiful, beautiful berries. That's next to the pink dong hydrangeas. And we'll come around here. And this turned out to be one of my favorite combos. Check that out. That is Tyrinia and, oh, I can't remember the name of that. I think they call it pink money plant or something. They come in pink and white. Look how that Tyrinia turned into a big ball. Isn't that cool? And we got some pretty variegated Wigelias. I just pruned all the taxus. This is looking nice as we go down the front of the house. But here on the other side, we got the flag garden. And the heuchera, Palace Purple, is looking glorious. It has gotten huge over the years. And we just trimmed the boxwood too. Amaranthus is looking good. Yeah, the one's fallen over. It's got to get staked up. Got a lot of work to do out here, but yeah, not today. Today, video is what you get. And pretty soon, we have a hardy hibiscus blooming. That'll look pretty. And the hostas are glorious. The summon substance is huge, and I don't know the varieties of half of these. I just plant them and grow them and throw away the tags like a dummy, but they're all beautiful. Okay, and then we come around this way, and we have a little angel garden. We've got all kinds of, we've got containers of hostas. Hostas in the ground. That's a pretty one with a beautiful nasturtium. Grew that from seed. Oh, look here. Must have been planted by a bird. We got a little baby sunflower coming up in this. Check it out. Here. There. Little tiny sunflower. Alright. And beautiful hydrangea. I had acidified that and it started out blue and purple, but now it's faded to pink. But that's okay. We like pink. Pink is alright. Excuse the weeds, the whatever. And the Linaria has went to seed and has made its money. Check that out, money plant. Looks like coins in the seed pods. Alright. And first time I'm trying this, I think it's a King Tut papyrus. Has gotten huge since I bought it. It has literally tripled in size, and it's in a container with heuchera and begonias. Then we've got more hosta and Invincible Spirit, hydrangea, and a sad little basket that has totally failed. I tried this new potting soil. It's a Members Mark Sam's brand. Yeah, don't do it. It's horrible stuff. Everything I planted in it did this and went chlorotic and looks like crud. So, warning. Stay away from Members Mark potting soil. Spend the extra $5, get the Miracle Grow, and you get this instead of that. Okay, and we'll do a pan across the front of the house. Got all the tacks pruned up and looking nice. Did a little pots of heuchera down the walk. And all the elephant ears this year are booming. And we got this pretty little tiered planter full of hosta and begonias and a sensation impatient at the top. And little lamium reseeds everywhere, and I love the stuff so it can go wherever it wants. It's not invasive, easy to pull up. Pretty little oak leaf hydrangea. My big variegated hosta. Elephant ears. You can see the window boxes full of impatiens. Salvia. And then we're gonna go this way, across the driveway. And on the other side, you can see in the interior of this bed, we have a cool little moon garden there with some little boxwood and pine in pots. Okay, and a lovely Annabelle hydrangea that has turned lime colored now. So pretty. And those blooms dry like so easy. And we'll come around. These are gray owl junipers. This beautiful juniper almost looks like a blue spruce. Okay? And there you go. We got some berries. Make some beautiful berries. Okay? And excuse the weeds, people. Yes, we need to weed. And a beautiful limelight hydrangea. It's a baby. This is only its second year. I just planted it last year. So it'll get nice and big and fill in this area. A little bit of sedum blooming. And of course the coneflower collection. I don't know what is going on with these lamb's ears. But if they keep doing this, yeah, they're hitting the trail. We are getting rid of these and putting in some variegated liriope. Ugh. Okay, black-eyed Susans are looking good. They got huge this year. They are happy, happy. Come along. Oh, we got the pretty tree peonies. They look almost like Japanese maples, kind of. See, that's what I need to do. I need to continue this liriope edging all the way up the edge and forget those nasty lamb ears. They are not doing good this year. Last year they did great. Oh, they're not liking the heat. Okay. And we have the Millennium ornamental onions still kicking it. And the butterfly bush is looking really pretty. Got beautiful blooms. Need to deadhead it though. And we have this pretty coreopsis. It's a real pale yellow one I found. Isn't that pretty? The yarrow trimback's blooming again. And this crazy little, I think it's Strawberry Sundae it was called, hydrangea. I did not prune it and left all this little twiggy growth. So it made all these tiny little teeny beany blooms. It's cute, but yeah, next year you're getting the big prune job, dude. All right, and I love the alyssum. We just did a pastel purple mix of alyssum kind of along the edge. Turned out really nice. And we got another big gray owl juniper. And let's go across the way here. We got a big globe pine. And our magnolias are looking good. They had scab. We treated them, looking good. And this volunteer purple smoke tree, I never planted it. The birds did, and it's looking great. Sometimes Mother Nature just knows what to do. And then check these out. The beautiful crepe myrtle blooms. The crepe myrtle is blooming fantastic. It's got bigger than it's ever got this year. It's funny. Some plants are loving the heat, some not. And we got the Proven Winners Super Tunia bubblegum. I already pruned that off one year and it just puffed right back up and rebloomed. It got leggy, so I hacked it and it liked it. And look at all this beautiful Nepeta catmint, they call it Walker's Low. It's still got a little bit of bloom on it, and I really need to cut it all back. It'd probably give me one more bloom before fall, but oh, it's so pretty. I don't know if I got the heart to do it, but I really need to do it. And I got some containers of some evergreens and grass. And the beautiful quick-fire hydrangea. I tell you, it blooms earlier than any other one, and it is gorgeous. Last year, it didn't really do its pink thing. It just kind of went brown, but this year, it's pinking up really good. And more pot of portulaca. And look at this daylily. Isn't that a pretty one? It's a repeat bloomer. It's called Happy Returns. It's like a butter yellow. It's not as harsh as that Stella Diora. So I highly recommend the Happy Returns. And there we go, more pots. And this has been a really good one. This Super Tunia, I think it's called Picasso. It's like purple with a lime green edge. Beautiful. And that is the very first zinnia we've had bloom. And we've got another, some kind of petunia with an edge on it. Did the same thing to that, got leggy, whacked it, and it bushed right out. And I think all the plants this year are appreciating the fertilizer. Because I usually don't fertilize much. This guy got really gold. This gold globe arborvitae. And this spring I just bought giant bags of espoma. I bought a rose tone, a holly tone, and a plant tone. And according to whatever it is you like, you got it. And giant great big pink smoke tree. All right. And there's the other side we were coming down. I'm going to see, yes, it is trash day. See the trash cans. And the elephant ears, all of them. I've got alocasia and colocasia. Humongous. Check that out. Look at my hand. And by the way, my nails are looking awesome. Check that out. All right, and you come up here and it's a little bistro set. And a hanging basket that's doing very well. That we have coleus and impatiens in. Isn't that coleus pretty? Bright yellow. We got one little Jap maple there. We go across the walkway. This is the one that's really old. This has got to be 20 years old. And little garden helpers almost snapped it in two this year, but it's hanging in there and looking nice and red. And we'll go down this way. And here is a dry riverbed we put in this spring for drainage off the driveway. And it is working and draining the driveway like a charm. So that turned out great. And these little ferns. They have grown so well. I think they're autumn ferns. They look so nice. And I actually had a bunch of mums come back. Usually they don't, but I don't know. We had a hard winter, but the mums are hanging in there. So we go down the way here, down the side yard, and we have my little sunny dry bed and the beautiful, beautiful penstemon that the bumblebees just love, and the honeybees, is reblooming. It bloomed like crazy this spring, and then I cut it back, and now it's flushing out again. Not as strong as the spring, but still pretty. And got all kind of sedum. Sedum's getting ready to bloom, looking nice. Okay, we'll come around here. And pruned this ginormous taxus this spring. Thing is humongous. And behind it is a little garden. And it needs to be thinned out a little. But we've got some beautiful garlic chives starting to bloom. I've got a little pussy willow in there, hard to see, but it's just a baby planted last year. And then I love the salvia. It needs pruned back, but check that, it's azure snow. It's like purpley blue and white. It is really pretty. Okay. And then we come along here, and this is the gardens by the shed. Now this hill back here I redid. We gotta get some mulch on here, but call this Heuchera Hill. It's all full of heuchera and carex and a few hosta. And when they fill in, that will be gorgeous. And then we've got your Queen Anne's lace, which is always pretty, kind of all over the place. I don't mind that to be considered weedy, but it can go wherever it wants. I like it. And then we've got some more sedum and ageratum getting ready to bloom. And some weeds dying that I sprayed, so we'll see how that goes. And gorgeous New England asters, and they're not going to bloom for probably another month yet. And we come into the back. We have a hill with magnolias, evergreens. And we come in here. And the Garden of Thistle. This is the Garden of Thistle. I'm testing out a new weed spray. Captain Jack's Dead Weed Brew. Oh, look! Another amaranthus in bloom. And the kale is looking really good. And then the thistle patch that we must do something with. Yeah, okay. That's not it. And then on this big arbor here, we have this beautiful, beautiful John Davis rose. Smells so nice. That is a really pretty one. And he's growing well. And here is a garden that's in the middle of a redo. The Caryopteris by the angel statues looking great, but everything else has to go. So we've been weeding and spraying and weeding and spraying, and the only thing that's going to stay is I have a barberry in each quadrant except for this one when it died. I have another one to replace it, but we're going to have a barberry, 4 barberries and these, and then I don't know what else I'm going to put in here, but this is a total redo time on this baby. It was 6 foot tall in weeds, so. But here we have the little seed experiment garden where I dumped all the wildflower seeds. And bear britches, isn't that bloom awesome? And we've got milkweed vine and all kinds of weeds and crap coming in here, but the the marigolds look fantastic. And we got some sweet peas, milkweed. Oh look, there's a baby bunny rabbit. I'm gonna sneak up on him. We'll zoom in. Check him out. Oh look, he's like 10 foot away from me. Good morning, Mr. Bunny. How are you? How are you doing? Look, there he is right there. Isn't he cute? All right. You're our morning garden tour mascot. Let's see how close I can get to him before he runs off. You can eat anything you want. All the weeds are yours, honey pie. Yes. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. And look, we have some giant Rhododendron reedgrass. Isn't that cool? And some little miniature 9 barks. And Mr. Bunny eating grass. Oh, he's so cute. I love bunny rabbits. All right, then we'll come around this way. And then we have this little square garden on the end. Ooh, check her out. We got one big red hibiscus bloom blooming. We got a bunch of sedum getting ready to go. And, ooh, check these out. I'll come back and take pictures of these when they bloom, but look at that bud. It's almost like a rosebud. These are some big dinner plate hibiscus, and that leaf color. Isn't that leaf color gorgeous? I got these at Lowe's last year, and they have a like red autumn color, like a red maple. So awesome. And an Invincible Spirit 2 hydrangea. Then we come over here, and we've got a PG tree hydrangea and a dwarf red buckeye that every August does this. Gets yellow and brown and just, no matter what I do to it, it just does this. So it must just be its thing. It's what it does. All right, and then we come around here. The former rose garden that I hated and dismantled and turned into kind of this. We have some beautiful urn planters with some Cocoa Crush Wigelia and tricolor potato vine and alyssum. That is actually a honeysuckle vine that I pruned into some kind of lollipop looking thing. Then we've got some hydrangea, little itty bitty baby 2-leaf little Invincible wee whites on either end, and a pretty bobo in the middle. And these containers just turned out so nice. And then we've got a Seven Sisters rose bush. Things like forever old, 20 plus years old. Blooms once a year, but it is covered and gorgeous when it does. Then the new little butterfly garden, put on the end of the former rose. We've got all kinds of goodies in here for the pollinators. We got balloon flowers and yarrow and Rebecca and Sweet William and Serendipity onion, ornamental onion, Truffula pink, Gomphrena. One last little rose from the former rose garden, one little knockout still hanging in there. Didn't have the heart to get rid of him, he decided to stay. Some Russian sage, and a real pretty container with salvia, a butterfly bush, some amaranth, and some beautiful, bright, kind of reddish coneflower, red-orange coneflower. And check this out, this is hops vine. Got two containers here, one of portulaca and one of angelonia. And flanking the gate, I've got, here, let me give you a backup view. Flanking the gate, I got these two neat looking wrought iron containers full of verbena, petunias, a little emerald arborvitae, and on the back side of them some real pretty red heuchera, because in that open space is going to go a big arch trellis with the gate. Okay? And then if you come around here, check this out. This is a golden hops vine, and it is the easiest vine to grow, and it is so pretty. And look, it's made hops. Look how gorgeous that is, and they dry beautiful for arrangements. Growing all up the little double hook. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick little pan around the backyard. This garden that you see that's got that big limelight hydrangea in it, that's the last garden to be redone. We gotta redo that baby. It's a big old poison ivy patch, but we're working on her. And see, we've got lots of Rosa Sharon hibiscus in bloom. And you can see the heuchera hill in the background. The big endless summer hydrangea. Have another dinner plate hibiscus that's getting ready to bloom. This one's a real pretty deep, almost kind of maroon fuchsia. I'll show pictures of them when they get going. And lots of pachysandra. And come along here, got some real pretty hostas. And then this, I love these. Look at the beautiful Japanese painted ferns. They are doing so good. And we got some begonias and the hose all over the place. And a great big giant Rosa Sharon bush that's humongous. That baby this fall is getting cut way back. And then we come around here, we have another pretty Rosa Sharon. And yes, it used to be all pink and it's cross-pollinated, and we have white and pink and all different colors in here now. And then I love this plant. This is Brunera Jack Frost. That is beautiful. That's really old. That's been here forever. It took forever to get that big. And of course more Japanese painted ferns. And a lovely, lovely, lovely Brown's Southern Magnolia that bloomed for the first time this year. Fantastic. All that fertilizer I put down must have done the trick. And look at these gorgeous seed pods. Aren't they cool? And we got the deck up there, hot tub under the deck. And we come around down here. And this leads to my new patio area. We have a little trio of containers here. We got salvia, and we have dipladenia vines. Okay. And don't mind all the weeds. The weeds are everywhere. And then we come back here. Yeah, stray bag of mulch. Yep, was mulching a hydrangea. And we have a little path back here. A giant climbing hydrangea on that lattice. And then check her out, peeps. These Brex cascading begonias I planted in this little planter with this emerald green arborvitae are finally growing and starting to bloom. Check out how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? So that should be nice and bushy by the time frost gets it. They're pretty enough. I think I'll be saving those. So we got a Bloodgood Jet Maple, and this is a Alexander's Great Brunera. Should get really big, so we shall see. And we've got all kind of little begonias, hostas, caladiums, gorgeous Jet Maple, pretty little planters with begonias and coleus and golden heuchera, one on either side. Oh, we have an elephant ear down, people. We gotta go pick it up. You come through here, look at that, walnut trees. We got to get rid of these walnut trees. They come up, dang squirrels, plant them everywhere. And we have begonias, hosta, pretty little ball-shaped boxwood under there. More ginormous elephant ears. And you come back here. Isn't that cool? It looks like a fern, but it's actually a taxus. It's called a plum yew. It's really neat looking. And then we've got lots of acorus and carex, autumn frost, little baby hostas, Boston ferns, and an Aurelia, a Sun King Aurelia. Isn't that really, it really brightens up the spot. See? Everything's kind of dark looking in here. And then, and I don't know if it's just off center, but I've had marauding raccoons lately. And we have this ginormous elephant ear. Oh, we gotta pick it up. All right, get us one of those. Okay, she is back up again. And she's all bent over. Whoops, where'd it go? She's all bent over and wonky, but it's got humongous ears as well, as you can see. My hand on this little elephant ear. It's huge. And we planted some little taxus back there. Okay. That's a snowball by Burnham. And dogwood, pink native dogwood. And we have Mr. Tree Wizard hanging out there. And you come around, come over here, and look, we have the Bloodgood Drinking Gourd hosta, a huge one, and a Ligularia blooming. Look at that bright yellow blooms, aren't they pretty? And a pretty little hemlock. You come up here through the garden path. We come out this side. Got this gray dogwood that's out of control, hitting me in the head. And we come up the side yard. And I had 3 huge Pelodia trees here. Had them cut down, and more walnuts that need to come out of there, but put a nice little pot of sedum in there. We've got a nice background of some pretty spirea and gold globe arborvitaes. And look, we are back at the flag garden. That ends the tour. Have a great day, people.